everybody? How you doing on this lovely Tuesday, August 18th, 2026? Do you care about your self-care? Yes. And I'm back from my vacation. Super happy to be back and to show that I cared about my self-care the whole time. So, for our today's episode for August, the title is Holding the Line, Protecting, thank you. Protecting your peace in loud times. Woo! Holding the line, protecting your peace in loud times. And we have a quote that goes with it, everyone. Just let's run this real quick. It says, "Peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of power." Peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of power. The power to remain calm, focused, and grounded no matter what surrounds you. Is there anybody that has been through that before? Where somebody was yang in your ear, somebody was doing something not too far but way over there. It was just a whole lot of going on, and even your boss probably was looking at you wrong, and you had that "I wish you would," but on your face, but you kept your composure. You stood like a soldier because you knew that if you was to step over there, the whole world would be over. Is there anyone like that understands that quote right there? And we'll just take a quick chime because we like to let it be known that we don't just listen, we show that we understand and internalize, because life is full of a lot of phrases. Life is full of a lot of people giving you gems that can elevate you. But it's just all up to if you, as the individual, heed to what you heard because of what was said at the time of what was going on. We'll just take one or two people that can just...
No, I absolutely identify with that quote. Easy. Yeah, I have found that, through my time in sobriety, almost 3 years, honestly, this is some of the most gangster stuff I ever did. It takes true eternal strength, peace. You gotta meditate and pray, and, it's hard when people, because we were programmed that, we gotta state our peace, we gotta make our stance known. Even if it is right, sometimes, you just gotta sit there and accept things for what they are, and it gets real hard, not to necessarily act out with addiction, but I'll easily act out in behaviors that will easily lead me back to addiction, and then either or is going to send me back to prison and jail, and I'm just not beat. So yeah, this is some of the most gangster shit I ever did, was absolutely staying quiet, staying humble, sometimes just allowing somebody to be where they're at. And if my little words don't de-escalate the situation, maybe I have to remove myself from that situation. But it takes strength, absolutely. So yeah, I identify.
One more. Male or female? One more person? Anyone?
I also identify with it because, I just let people be where they're at. They go for, people in general, the community watch it. I don't pay attention too much to the news. There's always something going on. There's always some type of death or miscommunication or misinformation, nothing. You don't know what to believe. You know what I mean? So my spirituality keeps my peace. The spirituality I got with me and my higher power, that keeps me at peace at all times. I'm not nosy. I'm not focused on other people. You keep the focus on yourself and keep it moving. Where I can help, I help. Where I'm not able to help, I just don't. You know what I mean? So that's how I keep my peace and praying. And Mike said, meditation and prayer, because I'm still fighting this war, this battle with this disease and addiction. It's stronger than anything in this universe. I tell you that. Besides my God, but I'm telling you, I just stay positive and stay to myself. I pick and choose my battles today.
That's right.
And to the audience, I just want to say, from both perspectives, it doesn't make you less if you just, let it fall off your shoulder. It sounds tough. It sounds hard to do, but if you take that one step, your inner spirit will take two. So just allow the you that you desire to be, that's better than the you that you know you are now, to trust and obey. And no matter what else, just listen to the future version of you and what that person say. That's just me chopping up some of the words, if you know the song. But because it's true. It's because it's like I said in the beginning. It's not what a person says to you, just like it's not what happens. It's how you react to what happens. And it's what's being said that you're internalizing to what is going on for you to know what to do and where to go and how to stop something from happening. Only you can stop that fire. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to jump into the questions. Y'all ready? All right. All right. So our first question for this podcast episode, right, is how do you distinguish between staying informed on community issues and letting outside chaos drain your spiritual energy? Anyone? I'll read it again. How do you distinguish between staying informed on community issues and letting outside chaos drain your energy, drain your spiritual energy? You cut the mic off? No, every time you press something over there, I hear it changes. Press it again. Press that red button. Leave it. I can hear it. That's what it is. I was hearing the cutting off of the sound outside the room. I just read something completely off. How do you distinguish between staying? Okay. How do you distinguish how you distinguish between staying informed on community issues and not letting outside chaos drain your spiritual energy? That's what it meant to say. No.
I just actually just answered that question, but I'm reading it now and it says informed about community issues. Like for instance, I'm doing harm reduction, right? Mm-hmm. That's a community issue, you know what I mean? And it says how does the outside chaos drain your spiritual energy? I don't allow it to. You know, I'm out there for a purpose. I'm out there to help these people try to get their lives together and meet them in the middle where they are. You know, I'm not in to try to pull them in or, you know, talk bad about them or down with them. You know, I know what it is. It's a community disaster. The community is messed up with this drug addiction and going out there to harm reduction. I don't allow it to drain my energy. You know what I mean? I give some of my energy to them because some of them, you give them a hug, right, and that's the most important thing they want. Is a hug with somebody caring and loving that, you know, doesn't look down on them but willing to help. Yep. So that's where I go with it.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
Anyone? Okay. Thank you. As far as for myself, how do I distinguish between staying informed and on community issues and not letting outside chaos drain my spiritual energy? I remove my the people, places, and things from the situation itself, and basically just dissect the whole thing, see where it affects me, see how it affects others that still leads towards affecting me in ways, and how I can turn it into a positive effect, not just for myself, but for others, even down into the podcast. There's a lot of things I would like to talk about that do affect me, but because of the certain guidelines and rules that surround this podcast, I have to stay in there. But that still doesn't stop me from wanting to be here and continue with the information that I do give. I just know that maybe there might be somewhere else I might have to give out and speak on those things that do pull me in that direction, but not so much in a chaotic way, because here I get to sort it out and see it from a better light and a better view, because that's really all a person needs from like what Michelle was saying. She goes out there in the community, she helps like for outreach. She's giving others a window to view not just themselves but their life and other people, because there's people out here that feel like nobody cares about them. And to see somebody take the time out of their day and life brings them up and keeps them from even remembering that they're living in chaos. So, yes. So we're moving on to question 2. Question 2. What is one practical boundary you can set today and protect your mental health without disconnecting from the people you need? Anyone? We got you.
For me, it's what I do, what I try to do, in the beginning, is teach people how to treat me. I let it be known that I ain't for no BS. I play when I ain't no joke. You know what I mean? Like we can have a beautiful, healthy relationship as long as you respect me and I respect you, and that works for my mental fortitude as well, because it don't take much. I found out, from my past, it don't take much to set me off. You know what I mean? All I have to do is feel like I'm being disrespected in the least, and I go from 0 to 100. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because I'm afraid of what I'm capable of. And so that's when, like Rachel said, when I'm on harm reduction, and because you got some people that come out, they I don't know, they feel like they're gonna intimidate you out of an extra this or another one of these. And I let them know, listen, don't do that. Don't do that. Not to me anyway, because it ain't gonna end up well.
No win situation.
Yeah, and I ain't sleeping on nobody, but I know one thing. My goal is to make it home every night in one piece.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Without any help.
Oh, that's right.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that I do that. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Anybody else? There'll be another. No?
I said, what is the practical boundary you set today protecting your mental health? Well, one, I stay on my medication. I gotta take my meds properly. I don't abuse them. I take them like I'm supposed to, because, like Tariq said, piggybacking off him, I go from 0 to 1,000, not 100, real quick. And that's something else I gotta work on. But I'm learning though. I haven't gotten that way in a long time because I'm working on myself. You know what I mean? So, and with my family, and you said disconnecting from the people who you need, on this last run, I disconnected from my family because they're my neighbors. You know what I mean? Because I'm one of the oldest. I'm the second oldest now. I was the third when my brother died. So I'm the second oldest out of 38 grandchildren. They all look up to me, despite that I use them. So it's Pooh Bear this, Pooh Bear, they didn't care if I called, they came, they brought money, they didn't care what I was doing. They still came and they still do it now, but I told them I didn't call anybody this time my last run, because I needed to do this for me. I needed to be me and God, and he got me through this far, and I'm doing a great job. When I set up a Facebook page, I got 37 hits in 3 minutes. That because nobody knew where I was at, because I didn't want them to know. I wanted to, to be able to do this, and this is the best clean time and the best time I've ever had in my recovery, because this one is real. You know what I mean? So, and it comes with this mental health. This mental health is so important. It's so important. If I wasn't on my meds, I don't know where I'd be at today. I really don't. You know what I mean? And that's how I disconnected with family. I had to set them boundaries. Y'all can't just come here. They want to drop off clothes, bring money. No. No mean no. And they be like, "Cool, what you just saying?" No, I mean no. Don't come here. You know what I mean? And I had to set some boundaries, and that was one of them. The word no. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but I know how to say it now, and I mean it.
And I wanna dissect a lot that you just gave, Rashad, because within the mental health like our mental health as individuals. Like speaking, I'm just cultivate a lot of life stories as well as my own. Some people I've known didn't know how, like you said, didn't know how to say no to certain people. They didn't know how to set the boundaries out of fear of saying no to somebody that you know loves you or that you feel loves you, that you feel like, oh, they look up to me. You won't know until somebody said, how do you know the people around you in your house, if they love you, if they care for you in ways that you wouldn't expect for them to care and love for you? Just start cleaning up. While everybody's sitting there not doing anything, just start cleaning up right in front of them. And just look at them. Look at whoever's in the room and cleaning up the house, cleaning up the living room, cleaning up the kitchen. Just look at everyone and say nothing. Just say absolutely nothing. Just keep cleaning up and watch who moves first. Watch who moves. That's going to tell you everything. Because if your family, I shouldn't have to always say it, though I have to say it, but there should be a point where, like how she said, setting those boundaries, we should be able to cater to the fact that we know you don't know how to say no, and I should not take advantage of that. I know you have an addiction, and I know that if I speak to you a certain way, it's going to make you pop more than one pill. I should know. I should respect your problems, and not just you, because you're dealing with a lot, not just me, like me with me too. So we have to, like Tariq said, teach people how to love us. Men, stop being afraid to open up. How else you gonna get through the door? Ladies, stop being afraid for the door to be open. How else somebody gonna know you? Or you know you. Or let alone be afraid to be led. Ladies, not every man know how to lead, but we don't know how to lead until we lead. But I'm going to just tell the truth on that part, because that is a part of life. You don't know until you fall on your face, and you don't know until you realize your wings are still out. You won't know. So just go. Don't let fear hold you. What is that? How you say? Fear is the absence of things unseen. Like, faith. I said it backwards. Oh Lord, please don't get me that. See, but hey, I still tried. I'm trying. I'm in the works. But I'm getting it right.
Can I say something?
Hit the light on it. Shine the light on it.
Like you just said, like in relationships like that, people need to start dating again. Dating is fun. You get to find out who the person is. Dating someone.
Yeah.
Going out to eat. Find out. You might find out you might not like this nigga. But you get clean. People get clean. People get clean and find out they don't like the person.
No, it's true.
Dating is
fun. You get to go to movies.
Dating is not making
to find out if you like them or if they like you or they like the same food.
Dating used to be
Where we going
You know what I'm saying? But I think going back to how you got,
I'm gonna stick with both of y'all just said what Lois said and what you're saying. She said used to be fun. I'm gonna go by it used to be fun. It used to be fun because before we knew of extra activities, we weren't trying to drink to entertain ourselves with the person. We weren't trying to smoke to entertain ourselves with the person. We weren't trying to take our clothes off to entertain the person, let alone ourselves. We were just trying to have a conversation and dissect the mind. Like, we was literally spending our time on that. We was getting to know ourselves. Like, back to what Tariq said, let me show you how to love me. Let me show you how to love me. We might even get to the part where we take our clothes off, or get to the part where we having a drink, or get to the part where we roll something up, or get to the part where we tried something together. But it's my turn, then it's your turn. We figured this out together. We got into those belittling things that brought us down avenues, because there are people who are where they are today because of relationships, because of who you chose to be with, because of who you chose to call your friend. People, places, and things will cause your life to be where it is, wherever it is, or wherever it may be in life. You don't know today, but you will find out by your decisions. For sure, for sure. Look at that, my phone going on. Oh, we got a head. They cut the light on.
You were speaking about faith, but I think that you meant to say fear.
Yeah.
They say in the rooms and other places that fear is the evidence that appear real. False evidence that appear real. Yeah, false evidence that appear real. Not piggybacking what Rochelle and Tariq said, but I would like to speak about it for myself, that 0 to 100. You know, that was my main life, 0 to 100. Anytime I felt disrespected, felt violated, felt mistreated, felt that I was lied to, felt that somebody took my package, felt somebody set me up, it was 0 to 100. And there was always false evidence appearing real. You know, I never had to go to 0 to 100, but the things that happened in my life made me protect to go to 0 to 100. You know, I can have a conversation with a person and they say something that happened in 1969 and I trigger in 2026. What the F you talking about? You crazy, da 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 da. I just go straight to 100. When the person meant no harm, when the person, like you said, I like what you said, respect the addictions. You know, I mean, a lot of us don't respect the addiction, and we don't respect the person that the addiction is controlling. You know, I had addiction for 40 years, and only thing I knew was 0 to 100. Even today, doing harm reduction, outreach, peer recovery, dealing with my recoveries, dealing with the 20 kids I just left, triggers me. Because when my father told me to do something and I didn't do it, or a parent told me to do something, I ain't do it, I got in trouble.
Right.
These kids right here, these kids right here,
Right.
Say it one more time.
you know what I mean? These kids right here, so make diapers get on you. Because they don't listen, they don't think they have to listen, they don't respect no, they don't respect later on, they don't respect none of that. And then when you come with them as a manly figure or adult figure, they want to start crying. And I ain't just talking about the kids I just left in golf, I'm talking about the kids, my grandkids. I got 10 of them. I'm not gonna keep telling you the same thing.
Absolutely.
Next time I'm gonna show you how to stop.
But I'm gonna be honest with that inside. It's kind of difficult to do that because the community enactment of what a community used to be, because you grew up with community. My generation was the ending of that. It only kind of holds because of somewhat of my generation, because I remember time, like not even 20 years ago. Take 20 years off my age, I'd be 16. I still remember days of a teacher would pinch me behind the ear or pop me behind my neck, like an open neck, like, pop, what you doing? You know, like, but these were teachers or individuals that my parents vetted or I got to know from growing up through my parents through the years, like, oh, this is a good person. This is someone you need to glean to. This is someone who's gonna lead you, want to uplift you, want to see the best out of you because of they know me as your parent. How many parents have people that are actually around them and around their children, giving them that same love? Like, I want to see the best in you. I want to like. How many of us have friends that we can honestly say, look, if you see my child outside catering the wrong way, you better take care of that mouth they giving lip. You call me on a dot. You know, give that cooperative culture of understanding, because I should be able to do that for your children, just like I should be able to do that. Vice versa. But that still comes into us knowing who these people are, knowing who these teachers are, knowing who these principals, security guards, the whole structural system as parents going to these teacher parent meetings. You ain't going to these meetings. It only says one thing: you don't care about your child. You don't care about their well-being. You don't care about their future, their mental health, the stresses in which they're undergoing. Because as we are seeing, the city of Paterson educational math level is only at 24%. How is that? But yet we're supposed to believe that this town is getting better, and yet we have $76 million coming in from the state. But yet we have I can keep going on the bad, but it takes us as community to come together to make it good. We have to get up. Like today, there's a meeting about the recreational center. They want to turn that into a apartment complex for what? Just open that place back up and give the children somewhere to be, or turn it into a shower shelter. You got the money, use the money. It's that simple. But we have to step out there. We have to punch them in the face verbally. Though I honestly feel the same way that we talk about how these children need to be chastised and disciplined, so do the people in power. If we're the ones the tax money come from, my foot should be able to go across your AS. Period. Just your butt. I don't want nothing else. I don't want you dead. I don't want your head. I just want you to bend over. Just bend over. Like Trump said, grab about it. I don't want to grab you. I just want to beat, put my foot in it. Because that's how you acting. You acting like you need a foot in to get it right. It don't make sense. There's no way that you can explain. I wouldn't even want to hear none of our council leaders to speak about it. Just do something about it. You hear us complaining about it. You hear us talking about it. That means do it. Just do it. That's all you're supposed to be sitting in that chair. The people complain. You make some things. Move the mountain. Some of you go to church and say you believe. Now you got me changing real quick. Let's get to this last question. James, what you do to me? To our last question. I just had to catch myself.
Yeah, thank God.
But I stand on what I said. We have to be there tonight. I pray that those who do watch this were there. It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow?
Yes, it's tomorrow. Wednesday.
What is it?
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, what time?
They're trying to tear down right across from where I live at the YWCA to add 124 apartments, four-story,
Which doesn't make sense.
4-story buildings. I think no more than 5 stories, but it's gonna be
It doesn't make sense. We don't have jobs here.
Right.
Where the jobs?
And if you look on Facebook now, they took pictures. Somebody took pictures of the inside of that place.
Those are old pictures.
It's still beautiful on
It
the
still
inside.
is?
The floors are.
Macomb.
The floor look like they just waxed them
I ain't seen
yesterday.
that
The
basketball court
classrooms.
since I was like
the classrooms are
9,
very nice.
8.
Want to tear it down to give it to Florio to build 5 buildings, 124 units.
That makes no
And
sense.
that's gonna be right
No, it
next
makes
right
perfect
across the
sense with
street
the
from me. So it's
narrative I
gonna be a
told you.
mess.
Yeah.
They just trying to make money.
Off of us. But no money into us. All right, but let's get to this last question before we really just start going in on other people. For our final question of this podcast, as we hold the line protecting our peace in this loud times. When standing up for what that's funny. When standing up for what is right in your daily life, how do you make sure you are acting out in a clear conversation rather than emotional exhaustion? Huh? Clear conviction. I said conversation. Clear conviction rather than emotional exhaustion. Kind of the opposite of what I started ranting on.
Well, I say that when you don't have clear conviction, that's when you get emotional exhausted. You know, back to the statement of 0 to 100. You know, that's not a clear conviction, you know what I mean, of why you acting like this. I learned that for me, it was a character defect, as they say in the rooms. That the only way that I could stop you, the only way I could have power, the only way that I could make you get on my side is to go 0 to 100. Smack you, punch you, baseball bat you, jump you, whatever it may be. But then I'll be emotionally exhausted because it makes me do all these things that I don't want to do. You know what I mean? I don't have the clear conviction. I don't have the clarity in my mind to know that it's not my father speaking to me. It's just another man. See, for 40 years, I disliked it, my father. I used to use the word hate. You know, I disliked it, my father. So everything that he told me, I had to rebuttal with. So every time a man, since I didn't respect my father, every time a man came at me, I heard my father. Since I didn't like him, and I was always willing to fight him, that's what I jumped right to, the fight. And that was emotionally draining for me for a whole lot of years of not picking out the weeds in my brain. You know, so for the past 7 years, I've been going to my garden. I've been going to my mind, and I've been watching my garden grow. I've been planting things, and a lot of the thorns and the weeds that was there choked my plans. So now, since I'm a gardener, when I go through my mind, I pull up the roots that hurt me, that make me trigger, that make me exhausted. You know, and say, is that really that serious? Did he really offend me? Did he really disrespect me? Is he really gonna swing at me? 5 feet away from me. But I feel threatened. So I tense up and I get ready to move from a conversation. We not built for conversation, we built for reaction. So I'm learning how to conversate more. I'm learning how to have a clear conviction of what's going on with me. Not what's going on with the next person. You know what I mean? What's going on with me? I don't care about the $500,000 grant Dr. Moody got. I care about the $3,000 donation that I got. The $500 to $10 fish sandwich that I sold. You know, that's a clear conviction of my help. So I won't get emotional, exhausted, and stop doing everything because of my mind telling me I can't do it. They ain't gonna trust you, they ain't gonna believe you, you're a felon, you've been at it for this long, that long, that long. And they say, false evidence appearing real. I say what Jesus do.
Amen. What do we do?
Face everything and rise.
Message.
That's like I face everything and rise. You know, I mean, regardless if it's good or bad. You know, I just face it before I hid from it. I ran from it, or I fought it, or I swung at it, or I sniffed it. No, I just face everything and rise. Failure is information. If you look at your failures, it'll teach you. Don't judge them. Just look at them. And I'm done for the rest of the day. I'm here to get some drinks.
So the rap
Confirmation from us.
definitely.
That was confirmation.
And I wanna drop this little gem right here, because you said warrior, and then you saying garden, and all I kept hearing was Sun Tzu and the Art of War, and it says it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a garden in a war. Means you should. Who that? Who is that? Oh, all right.
Use your camera.
So as it says, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a garden in a war, meaning you should build strength and readiness during times of peace, so you are not helpless when a crisis hits. And with that being said, everyone, please understand that you are a warrior. You are a warrior of peace. You are a warrior of love. You are a warrior with great strength beyond your imagination. Because I just need you to know one thing as you discover that. Do you care about your self-care?